Recently, I was thinking about my childhood, in a way, to a degree. Now, I was thinking about, like, old games that I used to play. When I was a kid, I mean, I kind of got away with playing kind of a lot of stuff, I would say, like, very early in my childhood of playing video games. I got to play a lot of good stuff. Games that technically I weren't, like, even allowed to play or supposed to be playing. Like, for instance, one of them being GTA San Andreas. That was like a game that I played that I shouldn't have played when I was a kid. But I was thinking recently about a game that I'd completely forgotten about, and it's one of like the coolest PC games that was out there, especially in my childhood. From what I remember, the ambiance of the game is really cool. I really like the atmosphere that's in the game. But I'm talking about Freddi Fish. For me specifically, it was Freddi Fish in the Case of the Missing Kelp Seeds. I had that on PC, I had the disc. It was actually a 2-part disc. It had Freddi Fish in the Case of the Missing Kelp Seeds, and it also had Putt Putt Saves the Zoo, which I do love Putt Putt. Putt Putt, I was raised on Putt Putt. Putt Putt put me in my place. Taught me about animals and racing and time travel and a lot of different things, I would say. I'll talk about Putt Putt very soon. There's so many of those games. I played as many as those games as... Well, actually, I played more Putt Putt games than Freddi Fish, but Freddi Fish left like a bigger impression on me, I guess. In terms of just like the way that it looked. I really like the way that it looked more than Putt Putt, but Putt Putt is like one of the best ones. And these games, they were point and click games. Back in the day of like in the 90s PC games, there was a lot of great point and click games, and these were part of that point and click kind of style. And they were by Humongous Entertainment. I want to say, yeah, Humongous Entertainment made these games, and they're all fully like animated. It's a point and click adventure. It's one of those games where you can click on anything and stuff happens. And there's like a lot of attention to detail and a lot of like art that was put in the game. I don't know if it was made in like Flash or something, but it looks really cool. And these games, they came out like throughout the 90s, maybe the early 2000s, but they used to sell them. I'm pretty sure you could buy these games like on their own, but these were like some of the games that they would, back in the day in cereal boxes, they would have these computer games like in the cereal box. I remember they would do Putt Putt, Freddi Fish games, Humongous Entertainment games. If you bought Crunchberry back in the day, or if your parents bought Crunchberry, or family members bought Crunchberry back in the day, or Blueberry Crunch, or Count Chocula, you would get a Halloween CD, one of those CDs with like the Halloween noises. They made a lot of those back in the day. I'm pretty sure they still make them. You can find them pretty much anywhere, but it was like a Kellogg's branded thing or something like that, like a General Mills branded thing. They also had different point and click PC games too, like they had Candyland as well that you could get in cereal boxes. One of the ones that I remember the most was the Captain Crunch game. Back in the day, there was a chance for you to get a Captain Crunch box with an actual Captain Crunch game, and you would make your own like little Crunch character. It would be like a small little Crunch character, and then it would grow in size if you fed it Captain Crunch. You would have to feed your little Crunch creature Captain Crunch, and you would have to play mini games to catch like Crunch berries and original Captain Crunch. I can vaguely remember, since like the last time I played this thing was like over 20 years ago, like 25 years ago or something. There was a platform jumper, you had a platform jump, you had a skateboard, and you had like a I feel like Captain Crunch would fall from the sky or something, but you could feed your little Crunch creature. It was very cool. It was like the coolest game for me. Candyland was pretty cool, but I wanted to talk about Freddi Fish because Freddi Fish is what I want to talk about. But those games are cool too. I like those games too. But Freddi Fish, in the case of the missing kelp seeds, was like aquatically the best. Like, it had like such a cool atmosphere around it. You're in the ocean. Your grandmother's kelp seeds were stolen, and that's like what feeds the ocean, apparently, or like the whole neighborhood. So it's up to Freddi and the sidekick, the green fish. I forget the green fish's name, but it's probably like Kevin or something. And it's up to y'all, like up to these two fishes, to find the kelp seeds. So you're on a mystery. You start with this like mystery, like knowing what you have to do, and then you kind of just travel around. You point and click. You click to go to different areas, and you have to find out where the kelp seeds are. And that's like the entire game is of finding the missing kelp seeds. And there's a lot of cool places that you end up in this little game. All of it's like artwork is like amazing. I love the music in this game too. It just fits the bill for like underwater, slightly pirate type, or pirate-esque, and it's just aquatic. There's a lot of great aquatic stuff back in the day. And this came out, I want to say this came out like before SpongeBob, so it had like SpongeBob's not like the only aquatic type thing that's out there. Freddi Fish was like my first aquatic experience. Probably hand in hand with SpongeBob, probably very even. Especially like even on memory, I would say, for things that were aquatic, that I remember being aquatic. But you have to go throughout this entire game trying to find the mystery, like solve the mystery, like where are the kelp seeds? There's a lot of cool places you go to in that game. You go to a junkyard, there's like a junkyard dog that you have to like fight at some point. Well, you don't fight, but you have to find a way to get around the junkyard dog, and you get it with like, there's like a bone or something, maybe, that you have to, I think there's like a bone that you throw to distract the dog. You gotta get a crab a new shell.
Freddi, but this shell, it glows all day, it glows all night. I wish I could trade it for a shell that doesn't glow. Then I could get some sleep.
Herman, I brought you a new shell that doesn't glow.
Freddi, 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 it's wonderful. Just a second. Here, Freddi, maybe you can use this glowing shell.
Thank you, Herman.
Good night.
That's pretty cool. At some point you are throwing, I remember you like throw squid at these things, or you hit squid with rocks or something. You throw squid, you throw like food at fish, and it's like a game. And I remember playing that mini game, and I thought there was an ending to it. But there's no ending to it. You can just get like a world record or something, and you could just keep playing it. I don't know why you would. I thought you could get something out of it, but you don't. And there's like some basic math that's like kind of reminds you it's a kid's game. It's like, what's 20 plus 1? And then you pick the right answer. So you go through these like, and there's locations that you go throughout the game, but some of the locations are locked until you like complete other areas. You have like a currency in the game, which is sea urchins. You need like enough sea urchins to massively progress the game, and you find them like just by searching for them. There's actually like a good number that are in the game from what I remember, and you don't have to pick all of them, I don't think. You just have to get a certain amount of sea urchins to pay like the bucket toll.
The gate's almost opening up for us to get through. All right! Now the gate's open.
So that you're able to talk to like the king or something. But there's some really, it's really just it is a cool game. It really is a cool game. There's the sharks that are like the mafia. You got like the hammerhead shark and like the the bossy shark that talking like, the boss is gonna be upset.
Gee, boss, the kelp treasure ain't here.
I don't know why you hid all those bottles.
I put clues in the bottle so I could find my way back to where I hid the kelp treasure.
Well, if you can't find that treasure chest, you're gonna have to answer to the squid father.
Well, I don't know, we gotta talk to the boss. Very funny. The big boss is like, I think the boss is like an octopus. And it's like, I guess making fun of Marlon Brando, maybe?
But, squid father,
Oh, was the first bottle with the king?
come on, spongehead. Think! The squid father trusted us to hide the stolen kelp treasure for him. But squid father. Oh no! He's spewing ink!
I don't know. He may have a pet catfish or something. I don't know. After going through like through the game, you end up at like a pirate ship, and that's like the final portion of the game. You find a fish with a peg leg. It's like a fish or a parrot, or it's a fish with a peg leg.
We're looking for Grandma Grouper's treasure.
Good luck, mates.
The ship, the pirate ship, is like, in terms of like the game's like art direction, the whole game is just full of like cool locations and cool characters. Another one that I forgot to mention was the manta ray, the stingray. It's got the Duka Buka Tuka.
Thanks for the clock.
You're welcome, Ray.
Now you get the super duper duka booka polygizmo.
Thank you for the super duper duka buka polygizmo.
Nice doing business with you.
Pocket Gizmo. I've always remembered that the Duka Uka Buka Luka Duka Pocket Gizmo. He's selling you a button, this critical button that you need to complete the game. The pirate ship is like the coolest location, has like some really cool music. Again, you can click on everything. You know, spoiler alert for Freddi Fish, just a spoiler alert for Freddi Fish in the case of the missing kelp seeds. The kelp seeds are in the pirate ship. And the sharks did steal the kelp seeds, but I think they forgot where they put the kelp seeds. So Freddi and Devin, Bobby, the green fish, they stumble upon the kelp seeds in the ship, and you have to find like you have to get a lock to open the window.
We found Grandma Grouper's treasure chest.
And you get the kelp seeds and you bring it back to Grandma Grouper. I remember Grandma Grouper's name, but I don't remember the green fish's name. Little Kev, little something. You get the kelp seeds and you like spread the kelp seeds throughout like the ocean, and everyone gets to eat the kelp and such. There's other situations in the game too, like you have to save like that one fish's son stuck under a rock, and she's stuck or something. You can see a seagull. You get to meet a seagull on like for some reason, for like a fishing rod or something.
Fiddler Crab, what's wrong?
Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. How did I get in this cage? I must get out of this cage. Please help me get out, and I'll give you my fishing pole.
There's a lot of cool stuff in that game. But the aquatic ambiance, not to reference Donkey Kong, in my opinion, that track is like way overplayed. If anything, people should be listening to the Freddi Fish in the Case of the Missing Kelp Seed soundtrack, if I'm being completely honest. For ambiance, aquatic, putt. Oh yeah, it's pretty funny too. Freddi Fish and the little green fish, little green dude, they make a cameo appearance in Putt Saves the Zoo. In a location that you don't necessarily have to go down. So that's a cool Easter egg. But yeah, if anybody has any suggestions on things that I should talk about, maybe I would talk about it. I like to pull these ideas from like the crevices of my brain But if you got any ideas on like what I should talk about that might be like a cool old thing not a lot of people know about, but is like cool for like special reasons, if that makes sense. Not like special and, you know, like cool as in like, I don't know, not talked about as often. I don't know what I'm saying, but if you got any ideas, let me know. But I wanted to talk about that for a little bit. My next video is gonna be on, I don't know. I got a couple ideas. You guys want to hear my ideas before I actually make the video? They're right here. I want to talk about the cable guy. I want to talk about putt. I want to talk about boomerang. I want to talk about, oh yeah, the title of this video is going to be Freddi Fish and Aquatic Escape. Whatever.
Hi, Luther. What are you doing?
Bobby, the green fish.